Man, guess who's back? The Toothless Wonder on the Bamboozled Again News Network, and this is part 2 of the deadbeat, the spiritually deadbeat Negro. I just pulled up to the gym, and I had another epiphany, right? And I be freestyling out the dome with various, subject matter content, right? And then after I get up, I'm like, oh man, I forgot to say that, or that been a good point, or you know what I mean? So I was thinking about the spiritually deadbeat Negro. I spy these Negro, man. And there's a great, the separating of the tares and the wheat, right? So I got a partner of mine. He's probably at least about 10 to 12 years older than me. So he's probably in his mid 50s now. Now, when we used to drink on the set or whatever, he would always allude to, he's married, so he would, buy yams, right? But he's not one of them, T.I. brothers, you can have whatever you like. He ain't paying no more than $20, right? So in the midst of drink, I'm like, okay, that's where you at with it. I don't, that's not my thing. Whatever, to each his own, right? But as I've gotten sober, continue to evolve and become more conscious, right? I'm gonna highlight the last conversation I had, and it made me kind of look at him like, with some disgust, right? Which alludes to, previous videos where I'm talking about how people you've known for years start becoming unfamiliar to you because your spirit is changing or your consciousness, right? So we on the set day drinking. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Had no desire to, right? But I'm just sitting out there. It's a nice day. Let me call myself being social, right? With people that I know. So it's me, him, and the homeowner. So we chopping it up, shamming on each other, whatever the case may be. And typically when he's outside, he's looking to buy some yams, right? Jaws, whatever, right? So this young sister pulls up. Now she was of age, but I want to assume she wasn't no more than 20 at the most. You know what I'm saying? So he's engaging with her, they're engaging, he talking to yin yang. So I can tell he's trying to cook down on her. So she leaves, you know what I mean, da-da-da. So he was like, oh yeah, me and my man had her, a couple weeks ago, right? And that's a young sister, right? And I'm looking at her, and this is what I talk about, taking advantage of people, right? And I'm like, oh yeah. But it irked my spirit, like, you took advantage of her and you ain't give her nothing but $20. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, how back in the day, let's say, Mr. Leroy, he might got a, wife, family, whatever. But you don't know he cheating until after he passed away, and he did it for like 30 years with the woman on the other side of town. And he took care of his responsibility and this, that, and the third, and whoop, right? He ain't getting nothing but $20, whatever that is. But it just made me look at him like, it's not like you seen Shawty. And I'm coming from where I'm coming from, right? And be like, nah, Shawty, don't do that, or what's going on? Or he asked like pertinent questions about her and her life. You know what I'm saying? To try to like guide her the right way. Nah, you don't want to be out. Like we talk about these women selling yams, right? Or their character or whatever the case may be. And then we contribute to it. That's like me being a former recovering drug addict. I will say whatever about, drug culture, whatever. But I'm still on the block buying drugs to go use to give it to a girl so I can have sex with her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna pull this fast forward, right? So I'm just like, wow, y'all just did whatever with, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, that's somebody's daughter. She don't know no better. I'm wondering like what her family situation, her home life like. And I felt like he was taking advantage of her, yo. And then like some months later, I seen the same young girl first thing in the morning and it looked like she had the essence that she had been on smack. Yeah, we destroy our own kind. And then talk about where the wives at. You know what I mean? Like, I've had situations where I've been dead drunk. And a sister pull up on me talking about, I just need a couple dollars. I'm willing to do anything. You know what I mean? You can read between the lines. In my drunkness. Because they say, like, being drunk is likened unto being in the spirit. That's why I used to like it. Because I found myself more empathetic. Or more, like I would have these deep conversations with people off the herbs and whatnot. You know what I mean? With no desire to see how I'm going to work on them. And, you know what I'm saying? To me, when I used to drink, it used to help me better connect with people. Now, understanding I was actually lowering my vibration. When I get sober, I barely even talk to folk like that. Or I just don't have the time. In these rare instances where it'd be a real conflict, I'm like, okay, then time stopped. I done, suspended what I was attempting to do or what I had planned to do. because I find it purposeful, or you know what I mean. And in my heart, and when I seen the young shorty and she looked like she was on smack, looking for some smack first thing in the morning, I said, yo, I had to go back home and pray. And like, if we not gonna protect and lead our women, especially the younger ones, in the right direction, what does that make us? You know what I'm saying? Just because I feel like he took advantage of it, and I ain't really chopped it up with my minds and them since that. And then behaviorally speaking, he's 50-some years old, know better, and just got a DUI. Because he was out on this, in the same area. It was warm that day, so the chickens was out. So I'm thinking he got more drunk than he normally would, kicking it with them funny. Then he had to go pick his wife up from work, 12 o'clock at night. And you drunk, you know what I mean, and got a DUI. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, as men, we supposed to know better, yo. Or at the very least, if you, make a mistake, own up to it. You know what I'm saying? The spiritually deadbeat Negro, or vice versa, can't take any responsibility for anything that he do. You know what I'm saying? Now, if one of these shits will come back and blow the spot up and tell all your business, now you're like, oh, Shy, you ain't had no business fooling with her, and you definitely ain't had no business fooling with her in that context. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, at the same time, like, I want some yams, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want it like that. Because I don't feel like no hellified Negro taking advantage of somebody. That's how I feel. Like I said in the previous video, I feel like I'm taking advantage of you. So like I said, I've seen time where they try to, offer that. I don't do that. And just gave them the money. Like, nah, Shaw, you good, though. You know what I'm saying? Here's another one, right? I really, even in previous season, like, I tend to get a bucket when I feel like it. But I'm just not going out for the sole purpose. Let me hump on something, whatever. And I do have a lot of, and I've heard brothers say, like, you can't be friends with women. That don't really apply to me. Because outside, like, women have value outside of sex, yeah? You know what I'm saying? So I've been in the midst of, like, bars, and I'm kind of like the happy-go-lucky type, as long as I ain't dealing with nothing super crazy. So I'm more so funning and kicking it and engaging, you know what I mean? Playing music, chopping it up, joking and laughing, right? And people like my energy, so it would congregate women. I remember times, brother, I'd be dead broke. And brother would pay for my way to drink and do whatever, because they know that's what's finna happen. Because I'm just out to have a good time, genuinely. I'm not trying to get drunk and then see how I can cook down on you, whatever. And most of the play that I've ever gotten, I've never, like, approached a woman and hollered at her, like, on that type of time. What happens is, some type of organic conversation gets conjured up, and then I be having them stuck off the realness and just my own personal feng shui. And then it becomes a connection that's not based in carnality, which then may lead to, something previous, because we've established it on the right step first. That's why none of these relationships be lasting, because it's not built on any sound foundation. Y'all just want to hump on each other, but y'all don't actually like each other. You know what I'm saying? Like my female, they actually go for me, whether I got money or not. You know what I'm saying? When I broke my neck, they were the ones more so, reaching out to me and so on and so forth. Commercial break me, please. Segue, right? Speaking of that particular instance, I had a family member. Now, mind you, I'm down bad, right? I just broke my neck. Shawty passed away, right? So females that I know, now he don't know the context in which I know him, would come to the house or call, and he would say, and he would dirty Mac on me. For sure. Like, oh, you don't need to fool with him. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, he don't know the context of our relationship. You know what I'm saying? And he's out that mod. He's one of those where if you deal with him, you got to be trying to smash on him, Mac on him, trick on him, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We just generally enjoy each other's company, or they hold some other functionality. Like women have skills and abilities that I don't have, that I can utilize, and it ends up being a even exchange. You know what I'm saying? And they say they feel safe in my presence. But if typically you on old trick daddy tip, they're not looking at it, or they're not feeling that coming off your vibration. You know what I'm saying? No matter older women, white women, black women, they actually enjoy being around, because I have, like, it's not about sex. And honestly, unless I like you as a person, or I see value in your personality, character, how you conduct yourself, carry yourself, whatever the case may be, I don't even want to get butt naked. Because I feel like I'm just bumping into an empty vessel. There's no connection. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing for me to latch on to. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be blown away how brothers can just go sleep, especially with all this whatever and going on out there. Like in Houston, they say the AIDS rates are through the roof. I just, it got to be more than just the physicality. I've always been a deep Negro. You know what I'm saying? And I've had my seasons of, let's say, whoremonger, but that was short-lived because I might have got whatever esteem in the neighborhood. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I see him doing this thing, woo-to-woo. I'm like, cuz, this is not all it's cracked up to be. This is stressful. They done sold me a bill of goods that was a lie. You know what I mean? But I was just thinking about, my partner and the various other experiences I've seen of the spiritually deadbeat Negro. Like the dude I talk about on here, Hot and Bob. Whereas though he, esteem himself with accreditations to be, some hellified nigga. One of them Negroes leave with his pockets, right? But don't nobody respect him. They talk to him all grades. Because I used to see him down, at the main area where, we used to work at or whatever, and see him engaging with the sisterhood. And I would text my work daughter, and what I did not know at the time was his girlfriend. I say, because we was pretty cool, and I say, yo, and I would just highlight to them, like, life stuff, woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, yo, I think main man buy cheeks, yo. His girl that I didn't know was his girl at the time was like, she was very, nah, he don't do that, And I thought that was like, why you defend that man? Come to find out later on, she disclosed to me that they was actually in a relationship. But here it is again. The spiritually deadbeat Negro is carnal. Like he was sleeping with all her friends and this, that, and the third and woo. But then when they break up and I sleep with her, he couldn't handle it. So that let me know you ain't no real live player. Because if you was a real live player, you just kept on doing what you was doing. You wouldn't have gave it down. Like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? But I was blown away when my equivalent on the first shift, who's now the supervisor, tells me the story in which they actually had to run him out of the town I went to high school in because he was coming down here and basically sleeping with all the girls in early recovery. How is you sticking your chest out as some hellified Mac or portraying yourself to be? You done slept with 10 females in early recovery, and in totality, between all of them, they got 4 months clean. What kind of player do that? But you sleep with those that you feel like you can. You're not really even you're supposed to smash up. But amongst your department or people or women that are on par with you, you a joke. So you go down to the low-hanging fruit to vulnerable women and get your Jimmy Rocks off. It's not even that you ain't even putting them on game or you really, shepherding these women as I attempted to do. You know what I mean? Because I like to believe they may not like me now, but they respect me because I ain't never tried to take advantage of you. I don't want to. And if you around me, you should feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had issues with women, and let's say it fall apart and they tear my name up or whatever. But now as time proceeds on, the kids are grown, and the kids ask for me. So I couldn't have been that bad if the kids felt safe with me or I taught them something even when I was drinking or took time to, pour into them and whatever the case may be. They all about themselves. And that's why you see now, because of whatever's going on spiritually, the spirit is affecting them so much, they're behaviorally becoming more inept. Like my man just catching a DUI who should know better at 50-some years old. The other dude who got all this education as far as recovery and addiction, but they got to run him out of town because they can't, because he messing up the ambiance and throwing these women in early recovery off their path by putting meat in them. Spidey nigga, man. And then they swear him down like you an anomaly in the matrix. And I could have done it. Don't want to. For what? I can't even explain why I don't want to do it. I just don't want it like that. It don't make no sense to my brain. I'm not going to feel maybe, the initial, I got some, whatever. But then when I go to sleep or wake up next morning, I'm like, man, I'm some shit. I took advantage of them person. Now I got to go find him and tell him how sorry I am and try to make amends, and hope and pray that whatever we did don't throw you off course. You know what I'm saying? That's essentially what it is. Broken people getting with other broken people and helping contribute to more brokenness. You know what I mean? But is any of these men in our community or wherever they may be, such as myself who may have gone through an exorbitant amount of detrimental experience, is any of these men putting you on game? You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want you to go through what they went through. You know what I'm saying? Are they transparent in their, mistakes? Man, well, it seems like, especially through social media, everybody done data. Ain't nobody ever went through no hardship. You know what I'm saying? Everybody balling out of control. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody's the creme de la creme of knowledge and information. And see them do none of it. See them do the most nothing. You know what I mean? Spidey Negro. That's why, like, with Minister Jack, like, I've separated myself from, like, labels and social groups. Like, on here, like, you had the manosphere, red pill content, whatever. But now that's become so Mickey flick from the original principles. They say a white woman is actually the leader of it. And they're interviewing, like, LGBT, like, you know what I'm saying? They're asking, like, SA offenders about dating. Man, you not qualified to tell me nothing about nothing. You know what I mean? And that's why I be talking about, like, as far as our households and the Negro community, because it ain't nothing but wolves in the community. You know what I'm saying? You see a young sister out there. Oh, here's one. And this one really brings her along. Where you with the brothers or whatever, and a brother make one of these statements. Hey, when Shawty get older, she gonna be right. Man, I'm down there ready to go right across your chin right down the scenario. Cause that let me know if one up, you do it now. Again, thinking only of yourself, not like, oh, what, like, you know what I'm saying? She, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, discuss me, cuz, for real. And then I'm discussing them because they realize I'm nothing like them, and they can't figure out how. How can you control yourself sexually? How do you have a conscience? You know what I'm saying? How do you care about how your actions affect others? You know what I'm saying? Even if I were, like, just like with the girl I was dealing with, I could have been done did it. But I checked and prayed on it to make sure if I do this, will it throw her off course? Or my motives and intentions pure and well-meaning? Is this an even exchange of energy? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm checking to make sure I'm not manipulating or I'm not taking advantage. Because I don't want to be known for that. You know what I'm saying? Word up. Nigga gonna make me sick, Joe. And then we wonder why the women don't respect us. Because in mass, we don't give them nothing to respect. We're easily controlled by our lust. You know what I'm saying? And I think every man, including myself, has some issue with that because of your natural inclinations or whatever. You gotta do more than rock around with some butt cheeks out to get my attention. I'll stonewall face. Because I don't even want to give my energy over to that. But if I hear a conversation of you talking about homesteading, oh, for real? And then we get to chatting because then I'm, woo. And then because of the commonality of the conversation, mutual interest gets conjured. And then it proceeds from there. Just like they say, brother leave with their pocket. You can't leave with sex either. Because look at all the Hollywood people in your community. They just get together because of, carnality or money or all that superficial stuff. That stuff don't end. That stuff don't last long, do it. And that's my concern in relation to with these young sisters. Because, in these talking points on the manosphere of, a woman's value is when she's younger and you get a younger woman, fit, fine, feminine, whatever the case may be. Okay, I get all that. But what is your intent for that? Is it just to smash her and discard her? Or is it to bring her into your flocker and lead and guide and protect, provide, so on and so forth? Put her on game. That's another thing. Like, I just share information. I put the sister on game. Like, man, not even on no baller blocking tip. Cuz, man, he ready to work you, right? Don't let him do that, shawty. You know what I'm saying? I try to be like their daddy almost. You know what I'm saying? Not in a controlling way, but in a protective, genuine, loving way. Not that it benefit me any. Actually, it do. Not seeing you destroy benefit my little soul. I did my part. I can't do it all, but I try to do my part with whoever I may encounter or come in contact with. You know what I'm saying? I actually get more play carrying it like that because I'm the anomaly in the matrix. And I have an air of mystery about myself. You mean tell I offered it to him, he ain't take it, but he was telling me about my situation and actually helped me with that? Who that nigga? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Man, Spidey Negro. And then one complain about women. But you engaging in all the stuff that contributes to what you complain about. Ain't no wives out here. But you buy yams though. You don't know, you don't even have any semblance of where you trying to go at. But you want to use the word to beat some woman up to follow you. Man, out of here, B. Word up, man. You know what I'm saying? And I got nothing but examples, and I'm gonna keep it on the men today. But I was just thinking about that, like, that's why I separated myself from the average Negro man. Because our value system don't match up. Our consciousness, our spirits don't match up. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. In no way, shape, form. In fact, like I was talking to another brother, right? Me and him got to arguing about this, right? Where we were talking about the young homies in the hood, right? Now, granted, everybody got their own gifts, skill sets, so on and so forth. But I'm like, yeah, the youngest do all this, that, and the third. But have you talked to them? Nah. Well, you can't really complain unless you're willing to meet them where they at. I don't have that problem. I ain't had that problem in Baltimore. I actually had a situation where I called out another dude who was taking advantage of people, and the people in charge of the institution was allowing them to do it because they liked him. So I stood up for everybody. Hence putting the target on my back, right? Now, I know he a cruddy dude, right? So I'm kind of on point because I don't know what he going to do. So, like, okay, so mentally I'm preparing myself for whatever he may attempt to do, right? And I may have talked about it on here. And again, this alludes to being a chosen one and how you get this grace and mercy, right? Or how, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, right? So I'm totally oblivious to whatever he's attempting to do outside the whoop, right? So I think one time I went to the church. No, I think I was going to the library, just doing my daily due, grocery store, whatever. And previous to this, again, in empathy, right? I might be, and I think at that time I was already relapsed, so I'm smoking and drinking again. So wherever and I might be in the cut by myself, right? And might see the youngin' walk past. And I mean he might be, younger than me, right? And I can feel cuz. And that Baltimore taught me a lot about empathy, you know what I'm saying? So hey cuz, come here, cuz. Well, y'all homie? Man, and people say I'm easy to talk to or they just feel comfortable telling me stuff. So he's like, man, woo, woo, woo. Now it's kind of left, but it is a kind of a distorted way of showing love. You hit that cuz. Yeah. Yeah, it be like that, man. I'm in the press myself, man. Just trying, keep my head out there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just chopping it up with him, whatever. He might tell me what he about to do, whatever. I'm saying I ain't gonna tell you not to do it. I'm just tell you think first. You don't want to make. I'm just learning that now, cuz. You know what I'm saying? We chop it up, woo woo. I did that because it's Baltimore Wild. So I just found myself doing that, and it was well received, right? So when me and him had this particular issue, and he trying to do whatever he trying to do, I'm going wherever, and the youngins pull up on me. Because they call me Easter Shore. Hey, Easter Shore, you know what I mean? Come here, cuz. So I'm like, yeah. So they'll ask me about the situation with the individual. So I just pass it off because I ain't one of them brothers trying to charm people into my situation, right? Or even garner, you believe whatever. So I just play it out like, man, I ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Woo woo. They were like, yo, he pulled up on us and said he was going to pay us to do something to you. So I'm like, wow. He said, but Cal, we mess with you, though. You want us to do something to him? I'm like, nah, yo. Thank you for putting me down, though, but nah, man, leave. I ain't nothing, man. You know what I mean? A couple days go past, I'm somewhere else. Youngins pull up on me. Tell me the same thing. They're like, nah, man, we rock with you, cuz. Man, I appreciate that time you know what I'm saying? Because I was ready to crash out, bro. Man, you really helped. And you didn't really do nothing spectacular. You just got me, you know what I mean? Man, let me handle that for you, cuz. Nah, don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? But this man had moved into a housing program where people got drug issues because he seen that there was basically a concentration of people who had drug issues and he could sell them drugs. And moved into the building even though he wasn't part of the program and just tore up the whole ambiance of the place. I called him out to his face. I said, no, I didn't even call him. I said, yo, cuz, you might want to move a little different. Guilt response. He started howling and screaming. But he goes like, way over there. I said, cuz, I'm over here, bro. Why is you doing all that howling? Hey, yo, come out, you know what I mean? Then he say, something about I'm hating on him. I said, cuz, how I'm hating on you? I don't want to do nothing you doing. Do that. But he, you know what I'm saying? Then he allude to violence. So I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? But it ain't going to change what I said. Then we went on, and, you know what I mean? It was a little lingering issue. But the last one was, I was standing, had a church to give out the good victuals, right? So I'm standing there with everybody else. We chopping it up. And I so happened to turn around. Now, mind you, I'm tired of him by this point. Because he would try to, antagonize me or do little slick stuff. I try not to even acknowledge him, be dismissive of him. I turn around. He got the ice grill. So I just kind of snapped like, man, what, man? And he kind of, and I could see, he had started using drugs. And I said, man, I didn't even go, I walked down the street. And I prayed for him because I said, now he was in the grips of addiction. I'm like, man, this is too much, man. And I can't get no, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to do right out here. Don't seem like I'm getting nowhere, but I'm getting a whole lot of grace and mercy. But that's been part of the journey of, because my character ain't always been great either, as far as being impulsive and bad decision making. You know what I'm saying? Living for now, damn tomorrow, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So a certain semblance of being deadbeat spiritually applies to me. Praise to the Most High that even I wasn't even conscious he was doing it. He was changing my heart. He was changing my mind. You know what I'm saying? Shorty super chug. But I can see, you know, Babylon done put it on, and I'm more empathetic. You know what I'm saying? And then what'll happen is, because it's not a sexual connotation or whatever the case may be, if I might have a situation or something I need some information on, they freely give it to me. You know what I'm saying? We, like, unless it's your wife, let's try to look at each other as brothers and sisters, man. Not something to manipulate or something to get over on or something to use and discard. And on that note, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Ooh,